Exactly good afternoon to all of us. Exactly means exactly because it's on the clock of 12 in the afternoon that we are starting this wonderful session on Discovery Awards prize ceremony. I'll just start with the background of Discovery Awards just a bit, and then I will start the panel. I will go to the panel one by one and introduce the panel at that point in time. To start with, let me introduce myself. I am SAYOMDEB Mukherjee. Den, as my name goes, the nickname. I am from Enable, India. I work in the field of disability for a long, long time. I lost the count of the years now. So in that way, disability is a part of my life, and it has been to grow also in my life. So okay, so today in the panel we have, I'll tell you, but we go to the next slide. We have the panelist named here, but we had to change some plans at the last moment due to some reasons, which I'll tell you on the go. So to start with, I have to thank the partners, all of them. And because without partners, without the collective, without togetherness, nothing can grow in anywhere in the, not only in the world, but in the universe. So I don't want to call out the partners. You can see the partners. It's only coming from the Discovery Award platform, which acknowledges grassroots innovators who are there solving problems day in and day out. Background of Discovery Awards has to be told. In the COVID time, during 2020, we in Enable India started with a new vertical. And in that new vertical, innovation was a key, keeping the person and the problem in the center. We wanted to identify the solutions. So our chairperson, Mrs. Dipesh SUTARIYA, who is present in the panel, came up with an ingenious idea that why can't we find out grassroots innovations from the people who are making them to overcome barriers. And that is a long story behind it. I don't want to get into it because it would take an hour, and I don't have an hour to talk about. Rather than that, I would hand over to my panelist. So then after that, we, as usual, Zero Project is a platform for innovation. We applied for Zero Project Award. And once Michael came on a call along with Sumita, and they told that we don't want you to be awardees. Okay, what happened to that? We want you as partners. Let's do it in the international level. And we got all the support from all our partners, including Open Inclusion, who runs Discovery Award in the name of Simply Open Awards. And all of them together, we started Discovery Awards in 2023, when for the first time, 2 innovators got the award. And the aim is to unite the people with disabilities worldwide with the innovation, because in this particular program, all forms of disability participates equally without considering any form of problem. They only come up with the solutions that is overcoming that particular problem. So now I would hand over to Christine from Open Inclusion, and I would like to request her to take us forward in our journey of this panel. Christine.
Thank you, Dan. Hello, everyone. It is an absolute pleasure to be here today. And Zero Project is the perfect platform for these awards because Zero Project Conference has always celebrated disability-oriented innovation. And I should mention, I'm Christine HEMPHILL. I'm the founder, I'm the managing director of Open Inclusion, and it is my absolute pleasure to be here today to share with you our story, some of the story behind the Discovery Awards. Short audio description, I'm a middle-aged white woman with short hair, a slightly multicoloured shirt today, and crinkle lines, hopefully from smiling around my eyes, but a few years of doing so. The point of the Discovery Awards is it's a Jugaad innovation style, and Jugaad is a Hindi word, very appropriate given the origin story of these particular awards from Enable India. And Jugaad means the gutsy art of overcoming harsh constraints by improvising effective solutions with limited resources. This is the style of innovation that doesn't require a Google or a large organisation or even the small startups that are organisational to get implemented. It is solutions from the community created usually by an individual for themselves or for someone very close to them. They are really effective solutions, and the Discovery Awards was created as a platform to share such solutions across the community. So essentially the community is solving for the community's needs by just sharing that knowledge of how people have overcome a barrier in a way that was really useful and practical for themselves, limited in resources, and really enabled people to go over, under, around, or straight through the barriers that they were facing. In terms of the joy of the Discovery Awards, this allows us to firstly highlight the innovativeness across this community. We're all aware of that, but not everyone is, and to really showcase the remarkable inventiveness and innovativeness that we see pervasively across the disability community. Secondly is sharing that knowledge, allowing people to understand from others, and either it might be suited to them as is, brilliant, in other ways it might not be, and they might need to rehack the hack. But either way, catalysing knowledge that allows people to see new ways of solving frustrating challenges that they face. The third thing that really drew us into this is sharing narrative of that inventiveness across the community into the non-disabled community, and really allowing organisations such as some of the organisations we've just seen that sponsor these awards, and the organisations involved in sharing them across ERGs, the employee resource groups and so on, to really recognise and celebrate the level of inventiveness and creativity that sits across this community that we may be aware of but might not be so pervasively aware. So this is the joy of Jugaad innovation. It's both frugal and powerful. In terms of where this is today, it started in India 3 years ago. The idea probably even longer, bubbling away. We picked it up 2 years ago and brought it to 6 countries around the world. In 2023, 25 countries around the world were engaged in the Discovery Awards. There is a list up here of them. It is a long list, so I won't read it out, but essentially countries in every continent except for Antarctica were invited and involved in these awards. Countries were involved in many different linguistic groups, many different cultural backgrounds, and again, that sharing ideas across such diverse regions is such a powerful way of sharing knowledge. In terms of this year, if I just go to the next one, we had participants sharing solutions from 17 different countries, and again, all of those continents were represented within those 17 countries. So we have a wonderful array of solutions and sources of solutions for these year's awards. And I'm going to be quiet now and pass back to my colleague as we hear from our 2 overall awardees for this year's Discovery Awards.
Christine, thank you. And I must say that I'm honored and supported when Open Inclusion comes on the table and brings those 6 countries every year so that we can take forward the work around the world and create the momentum for other countries to join in and do the Discovery Award in their own country. So thank you, Christine. So now is award time. So I would just like to request, before I introduce our first winner, to play the solution video so that we all see the solution first and then introduce the person in the solution chair. So in between, I'd just like to say that in Indian mountains, it snows. One of our winners were from a very rural part of India, which has the average height of that district's average height is 11,500 feet. Due to the global warming, the whole winter it didn't snow. But it was absolutely unfortunate that just 2 days before that he was supposed to fly, it started to snow. We tried with the support of Zero Project to bring the person named as Rigzin TAMCHOS to Vienna, but unfortunately, he could not come because the airports were shut down. Not even the army plane could pick him up, and whole province has been shut down for last 7 days. So the province of Ladakh, from where the person has won the award, could not come, and we will honor him for his innovation. But to start with, we will see the first video which won the award for the solution that has been made.
Hello, my name's Melanie and I live in Western Australia. I made a stick. Due to my physical disability, I can't do a lot with my hands and my fingers due to deformities and strength issues. So I got my first stick when I was at uni because I couldn't reach the lift button and I got stuck in a lift and missed a lecture. So my first stick was made of wood. It was just a dowel from a local hardware store. I've since upgraded to fiberglass because I was always breaking the wooden ones. So it's just a lightweight piece of fiberglass, quite narrow as you can see. On this end I have a piece of plastic tubing to protect my teeth because I put it in my mouth for extra strength all the time. Just don't tell my dentist. At this end I have a piece of just a rubber tip that gives me extra grip when I go to move something. And just before the end I have a lucky band, and that's so things that dangle on it don't fly up and hit me in the face, and also because it's easier for my dog to pick it up from the lucky band, because if I drop it on the floor it's too flat for him to pick it up, so the lucky band helps him. So what can I do with it? I can do everything pretty much my hands can't do. I can scratch my head or my ear or anywhere else I can't reach. I can pick up things. There's my dog Upton in the background. So I have a loop and I can hold my work card and my bus card and swipe on and off the bus and the train with it, and also swipe in and out of the office. So everything I have pretty much that I need to pick up has a loop on it so that I can grab it with my stick. I can press light switches with it. I can open doors. I can also open a hinge door. And I made sure that when they built the house for me, that my door handles were flat on top, not rounded, so the stick didn't slide off. I can also move my phone, as you can see there. And I will demonstrate opening the blind. With my stick. And there you have it. I don't know anyone else who has the same kind of stick, but I don't leave home without it, very rarely anyway. And yeah, it's made me more independent than anything else that I've come across for such a simple solution as well. I have a short one that I can use the microwave with. So I'm going to put my dinner in the microwave using my sticks. I can turn on the power point with my long stick, and then I pick up my short microwave stick that I keep here. This one I keep clean for kitchen jobs. Push the button to open it. I can push the buttons on my chair. I raise my chair up to the right level. I can drive in. Push it in with my short stick. Change the lid to sideways. Show it with my short stick and press the buttons. So yeah, it travels everywhere with me and I use it all the time. And yeah, it's changed my life. Such a simple thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't believe I've used my stick for like 25 years and it's run me a trip to Vienna. So, yes, thank you for my parents for giving me my very first stick when I got stuck in that lift at university, and yeah, it changed my life. And I can be completely independent at home or out and about with my stick and not have to have 24-hour care. So it's made a big difference in my life.
I would like to request Mr. Dr. Michael FEMBEK and Mr. Dipesh SUTARIYA to give away the awards to Marilyn. And I want all of us to give a round of applause in a big way. And now the certificate. Can the certificate be read out a bit for accessibility, please?
Yeah, the certificate says Discovery Award Certificate of Achievement, Melanie Hawks. You are an innovator and your solutions shall inspire people with disabilities to overcome the barriers in life and live a life with dignity. Everyone is an innovator. Thank you so much. Fantastic. You deserve it.
Here, before going to the next award, I would like to get to Melanie. Melanie, just for the audience, if you can say that since childhood, the barriers that you have faced, and while overcoming them with your own willpower, because your stick is a position of your willpower. So what made you think out of the box all the time to come up with solutions, if you can share to the world, so that people can get motivated to find out solutions and they can solve various problems on their own?
Put me on the spot there, Dan. I guess I have my family to thank. They always encouraged me to be as independent as I could. I grew up with 3 younger brothers and my parents were always busy, so I had to learn to do things on my own. And yeah, I was just always encouraged to try things and to be as independent as possible. And, you know, I grew up with the mantras like, you're not going to sit at home on your pension, you're going to find a job and you're going to be contributing to society, and you've just got to get on with life. Don't let your disability stop you doing anything. And I love proving people wrong when they say I can't do stuff. And yeah, especially in employment. Yeah, it's just, I've always grown up with that mantra, just to do what you can. I always accept help for the things I can't do, but the stuff I can do, I'm determined to do what I can. Thank you. I don't know how. I don't think this is going to fit in a suitcase home to Australia. I don't know what I'm going to do to get it home, but I'm sure we'll find a way.
We will find
Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's help, and yeah, I couldn't believe I won.
We reduce one luggage, and you increase one luggage.
Yes. I'm sure Emirates will be fine to fly it home with me. Yes.
And I just want to say it's so exciting to have, you know, and actually global warming. Melanie left Australia in 41 degrees. So if you think about our 2 recipients of the awards this year, we had some extreme weather implications on their travels. But to have come all the way from Australia, we're so grateful to have you here. And I know this isn't the only solution. Melanie and I were hearing about, well, I was hearing about a number of Melanie's other hacks the other day, and it just shows how deep the inventiveness and innovation is.
I've got plans to apply again this year, don't worry. I hope to be back.
Amazing.
I hope to be back many more times, yes.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request to play the next video from the Ladakh person. Name is Rigzin TAMCHOS. To pursue the passion, I call the person. The video, please.
I'm Rigzin TAMCHOS from Leh, Ladakh, and I'm a para archer. While practicing archery, I realized that the armrest of my wheelchair was getting in the way, so I made a few modifications. Since adjusting the height of the seat didn't solve my problem for me, I gave the armrest a moving feature, allowing for adjustment using a nut. This modification enables the armrest to move towards the back without falling over backwards through another small adaptation at the back of my wheelchair. Here is a demonstration of how this small innovation has significantly helped me pursue and enjoy the sport I love.
Break-free solutions. Brought to you by Project Discovery, supported by Enable India and Google.
So, in the pursuit of the passion, yes, I told the story. From 11,500 feet average height, he couldn't come because of excessive snowfall. And thank you, Christine, for giving us additional info about the global warming having effect on Discovery Award itself in a massive way. So I would like to request Ms. Shanti Raghavan, the founder of Enable India, to come and receive the award on behalf of Rigzin. And Shanti has spoken to Rigzin just a few minutes back, and she has the message from Rigzin for all of us. And I would like to request Michael and Dipesh to give away the awards to Shanti, which is to Rigzin, and it will reach the place where the snowfall has stopped everything.
I wish he was here.
I know. You have to carry this back.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
So we can both give.
Oh, you have to actually explain this.
Yeah, you can explain if you're talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I will give you the certificate. Oh, no, it's the right way.
So the front of it for the picture.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, for the picture. One more. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
I would like to request Shanti to read the Rigzin's message so that we all know what message he has for us.
Yeah, so on behalf of Rigzin, I thank each one of you, and I thank Zero Project and everybody else here for the award. Before I tell you Rigzin's message, I just want to tell you how beautiful this award looks. It's got a beautifully carved world with a little plane on top saying that, you know, we're going places. And I think below also you should kind of see the gears and other things that have been put together. It's just absolutely amazing. I spoke to Rigzin and I asked him where he actually comes from in Ladakh. And he was saying that from the main city, he's around 20 kilometers away in a small village. And I asked him, like, what is your message? And he said that, first and foremost, I'm so thankful and grateful for this award. I feel really good about it. I'm feeling really bad that I can't be there. And he said that, you know, this award is making me believe that, you know, everything that I'm doing, there's so much more meaning to it. And, you know, these kind of solutions I've been doing many solutions. And I said, do you realize that you're an innovator? You're not somebody, oh, you had a problem, you found a solution. And he said, yeah, I now realize that and I've been doing so many like this, you know, which is so similar, Melanie, to, you know, what you were talking about. And you don't realize it. It's just how you suddenly start looking at it. And I told him that these kind of skills and, you know, of problem solving can help many more. And he said, that's what's making me so inspired, that what I have done can enable others to think differently and do something about it. And I'm going to do many more. And I said, what's your message for others? So he said that just take prerna, take inspiration. Yeah, take inspiration from this, make your own solutions, and you know, fight the barriers that you're having every day. And yeah, that's pretty much what he said. It was really heartwarming to talk to him. Very simple, sweet gentleman that you saw there. So thank you again on behalf of Rigzin.
Thank you, Shanti. Now I would like to request Josh. Josh actually works with us directly to make Discovery Award successful in the 6 English-speaking countries. And without the hard work of Josh, this particular thing will never be successful. Thank you, Josh, for your hard work. Please say us the roadmap.
Can you bring it forward a bit? Yeah. Thanks, Den. I do the easy stuff. I tell people what to do. It's everyone else. You know, without everyone helping, stuff like this isn't possible. So, firstly, I just want to thank Enable India and the Zero Project Conference. Samita and Michael have been big supporters of helping get this off the ground, and Google and our other partners. So I think without those, I wouldn't be up here to explain a little bit more about what I do to help spread these awards in our 6 countries. So thank you, Zero Project, Samita, and the rest of the team that are involved in making this happen. Can we go to my slide, please? So just a very quick, short description of me. I'm a white male, 30, wearing a checkered blue suit with a really funky silk tie, and I am a powered wheelchair user. So firstly, my role at Open Inclusion is the Inclusive Innovation Program Lead. So I've been supporting the rollout of the Simply Open Awards as part of the wider Discovery Awards in our 6 countries. So for those of you, whether you're part of an organization, whether you represent a community such as an NGO, or maybe you're just an individual that would like to explore more about the Discovery Awards and perhaps support this going forward next year, do visit www.discoveryawards.org, where you can apply to become a country partner. So we have one country, one partner process. So please do visit and share your solutions and get involved through discoveryawards.org. One of the processes that we run across our 6 countries is we do engage with businesses to help provide sponsorship to run the awards in the countries that we do. So, in our 6 countries, we had around about £25,000, I think, in terms of awards that get distributed across individuals. It also goes to recognizing charities. So those charities that submit the highest number of applicants also receive a donation from us in terms of their support. We also have processes and procedures to help organizations that want to scale out and support these awards. So we provide with forms, judging guidelines, so it's really easy to make this scalable. So we want to recognize that running awards can be easy, and we keep things very simple. So the application process, we keep it very open and very transparent. So we ensure that the way people apply is as inclusive as it possibly can be. So today you've seen 2 solutions of videos, but what we do encourage people to do is submit them in audio files or Word formats with pictures to ensure that we get the widest range of submissions as possible. So in essence, we want to raise the profile of all of these low frugal hacks across the community. And I think what's really nice is when I look at Melanie and I look at kind of what I do as well in terms of hacks, we are natural innovators, and I think the essence of these awards really highlight how much innovation can come from the community and be the pioneering leaders going forward. So I'm going to stop waffling and thank everyone for their support this year. And please do come and touch base with us and the team if you'd like to get involved, whichever capacity that may be for next year. So thank you.
Thank you, Josh. But I will get back to you again because one of our key partners, Billion Strong, is not present here. And I would like to take the privilege of requesting you to read out just the one slide that Billion Strong has sent to us about Discovery Awards. Okay. So thank you. I would just like to say the request of closing statement to Michael, because without Zero Project's consider support and overwhelming kind of partnership, this award won't have been possible. Michael, can you please make the closing statement?
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Thank you, everyone. We as the Zero Project, we obviously share the same vision. It's about innovation, it's about a competition, it's about giving outstanding solutions a stage, promoting them, highlighting them, telling their story. On the other hand, we have a similar, a different approach with the same vision. The Project Discovery works on easy-to-scale, grassroots level innovations, and so this is why this is so complementary what we're doing, and we're so glad to partner and have you on board, and we want to establish more of this cooperation. One of the things that we're doing is the Project Dish, to putting this on another level using artificial intelligence to promote it together, and you will hear more about this in our next session in the Zero Project India Forum. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot. We close, and please be here for the India Forum.